Hey everybody, my name is Ginger Newsom. I'm your instructor for Math 125 this semester. This is the online course. Sorry, I'm just getting this video out a few days late. It's just been the start of the year and the semester has been just a little crazy. But I just wanted to take a little time to introduce myself, tell you a little bit about the course. Okay, so I'll try to make this as short as I can. I'm going to share my screen and show you a little bit about Blackboard and how things will work. So first of all, let me say this. This is an online hybrid course, which means everything's done online, but you have to take your test in person at the testing center or one of our satellite places around the state. So in our class, Math 125, um, we just refer to it casually as pre-calculus. So it basically is a precursor or a prerequisite for Cal 1. So some people need to take it to get into Cal 1. Some people need to take it to get into Chem 105. And some people are just taking it just to get their math out of the way. So, but if you are having to take it um, in order to get into Calculus 1 or Chem 105, you have to make a B in the course to move on. Otherwise, you just, have to pass it to get your credits. Okay, so let me share my screen. And I thought we'd just go through a few things real quick. Okay, so here I have my Blackboard page. As we open up to it, I just wanted to show you a little bit about this. There's two things we have. We have Blackboard and we have Pearson, or My Math Lab. It's called both things. Pearson, also known as My Math Lab. So Pearson is where you're going to do all of your homework. You're going to take all of your tests through there. And Pearson is what you actually have to purchase, is the access for that. And there's directions as you scroll down on that initial page all the way, setting up My Math Lab. Remember, My Math Lab is the same as Pearson. They're called both things. We'll talk about that in just a second. But for right now, on Blackboard is going to be the place you go to look at any notes or lessons that you have. I have the course divided up into weeks, do everything a week at a time. And I have it set where your homework for the week is due on Sunday night, and then we start over a new week. So if you pull up this Blackboard, which you probably have already looked at by now, I tried to type out a lot that kind of explains things. But we have our syllabus and our course calendar. So showing you the calendar really quickly, you can kind of see how it's set up into weeks. Okay, so for this first week, we're going to cover R5, R6, R7. Those are review sections. The homework for this is due on Monday. They're normally due on Sunday, but since it's Labor Day, I just thought I'd give you Monday too, and by midnight. But normally homework's due on Sunday night. Okay, and so then we'll have week 1, week 2, then week 3 is just our test week. We're not doing any new material. This is just a week for you to study and prepare and take your test. Okay, testing, we'll talk a little more about this, but basically for testing, you've got to go in and schedule an appointment at the testing center to take your test in person. So the test will not be, they'll be taken on a computer, but you'll do it at the testing center where you're proctored. Okay, and I've got it set to where you can take it anytime Tuesday through Friday. So you'll just pick a time that you have to schedule an appointment, things like that. There's more information on that. Okay, so we divided this, if you can see, the whole semester up into 16 weeks. Okay, that's your calendar. Right. Let's look at the syllabus really quickly. It seems kind of long, but I do want to open it just so I won't forget to tell you some things. Okay. So like I said, this course is basically um a college algebra course. It's called Basic Math for Science and Engineering. We call it pre-calculus around the math department. So the first the first three tests are all college algebra, just good old algebra stuff. That fourth test is a little bit of trig, an introduction to trigonometry. Okay, so first thing, the homework. The homework you will work on Pearson, also known as MyMathLab. For each section, you'll have a certain number of problems. You'll work those. Once again, the due date, things are due by usually the end of that week on Sunday. If you cannot get it done by the due date, you can always work the problems late for half credit, and you can do that till the end of the semester. So if for some reason you're not able to get things done by that Saturday or that Sunday night, you really still can work it late. And half credit is better than no credit. At the end of the semester, I will drop 2 homework homework assignments. And that homework average will end up counting the same as a regular test. So your homework is very good at helping people raise people's grades. There's no reason for you not to have a perfect 100 on your homework. I don't give too much homework where it's just requires so much time, but there's definitely homework to do. I just don't think it's crazy amounts. So you ought to be able to get them all completed and get hundreds. Okay, so that's your homework. Test. We are going to have 4 major tests and a final exam. Of the 4 major tests, I'm going to drop your lowest test grade. If you have to miss a test for any reason, there are no makeups whatsoever. So if you miss it, even if it's for a really good reason, just know that that's going to be your drop grade. There's no test taken after. There's no makeups. Also, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, if you have a university function where you have to be gone during testing, just let me know. We can give it to you before you leave. But once testing has happened, we don't give it later. Okay, and you'll have 1 drop. Let's see, I have it all written down here. It kind of tells you just a little bit about it. I would suggest for you to read through the syllabus. And I'll give you some testing information, especially as we get closer. I'll give you some testing information. Okay. When you're taking your test, and I have it highlighted in blue, you're not allowed to use a scientific or a graphing calculator, which I know most of you all used graphing calculators in high school. But in pre-calculus and in Cal 1, we do not allow those calculators. They actually don't, they used to not allow any calculators, but we did start letting you have a little basic 4-function calculator just to help with addition, subtraction while you're testing. You can check yourself. When you go to take your test, the testing center should have one that they'll give you to use. So you can go buy one. You can buy one at a drugstore, but you don't have to go buy one. So it'll be provided for you. Final exam. The final exam you must take. You cannot drop it. It's comprehensive. It covers everything from the whole semester, and it's worth twice as much as a normal test. So it counts 200 points instead of a normal 100-point test. You have longer. You have 3 hours to take it. It's longer than a normal test. It's not crazy long, but you do have plenty of time to take it. I know that's at the end of the year, but just as long as you know, the final does count more than a normal test and you're not able to drop it. So that's your final. Okay, in the syllabus, this is the testing information. Let me just highlight a little bit about it. You definitely want to read it, and I have a whole section on Blackboard about it. But we're going to test in the testing center here in Oxford, or they have, I think, 4 regional campuses. So if you're not in Oxford, maybe you're in Tupelo. I think there's a regional campus in Tupelo, maybe Grenada, Hernando. There's a few places around the state, and you can set up a time to go there and be proctored the test. That's why we call it an online hybrid class. The hybrid means you test in person. So the testing lab, I actually need to set up all of that tonight. I'm a little late on doing it, but you will be able to go in there and you'll have to make an appointment to take your test. And you'll definitely want to do that sooner than later because sometimes as if a lot of people are testing, the times will fill up. I'm still setting that up for you, but heading into our first test in uh, 3 weeks, you'll probably want to schedule it at least a week in advance. So I'll definitely give you more information on that. But that's how it works. You've got to schedule. And you'll go in, the testing center is next to the Malco. It's in the Jackson Avenue Center. Um, it's just, if you walk in there, it's towards the back. It's just an area. Well, they'll let you take your test and proctor you there. Okay? All right. Like I said, it says in here, a little bit about it. You've got to have your ID, the four function calculator. You can't have your own calculator, things like that. The way it works is you'll have scratch paper and you'll work your problems out on your scratch paper. And then when you finish taking your test, you can scan that paper with your phone, like using Cam Scanner, and you'll need to upload it to a place on Blackboard so I can see your scratch paper. Okay, if you want me to grade your scratch paper, to look for any possible mistakes where you could possibly get partial credit. So it would be great to be able to turn in your scratch paper. Okay, and that's how that works. Okay, testing information. This gives you the dates, but really you can pull up the calendar to see that a little bit better. Tutoring is available if you're here on campus. Tutoring is available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 in the mathematics department. I think they offer it also on Zoom. So if you're not there, and if you're not here in person, I'll show you on Blackboard with that. I think we have a link posted that you can check that out. Okay, our final grades. Our grades are based on a plus minus scale, A and A minus. And this just kind of shows you how we will calculate your final grades. Let me say first that our plus minus scale is not the same as the universities. So if you're taking other courses, just know that this is altered a little bit. We're actually giving you a couple of points. So normally a 90% is an A minus. I think you have to make a 92 or a 93% to get an A in most classes. But we bumped it up. So in order to get an A, you just make your 90%. If you end up with an 88% in the class, that is an A minus. And so we just stepped down. So for those of you who have to make that B to be able to go on to the next class, either Chem 105 or Cal 1, you've got to make a B or an 80%. If you want to look at it as the points, if you think about it, we have four tests, but we drop one, so that's 3 tests, that's 300. Our homework counts another 100, so that's 400. And then we have a final that counts 200 points. So that gives us 600 points total. So if you made hundreds on everything you turned in, you'd end up with 600 points, which is like a 100 average. So I have the points listed here. Out of 600 points, you need 540 in order to get your A, okay, or 480 to get your B. Okay, so you can always refer to this. The syllabus posted on Blackboard, so you can always go to the Blackboard and pull this information up during the semester. Class attendance, yeah, attendance is definitely, we want you to attend, but being an online class, it's kind of hard. And I'm just going to go by you actually doing some work. So, of course, for the verification in the first 2 weeks of class, I'm going to go by whether or not you have actually signed up for Pearson, My Math Lab, and done some homework. Okay, that will tell me that you're actually in the class. So, if you have student disabilities, I've already received emails from maybe 3 students in this class, so you know who you are, and you'll still test in the same way as everybody else, but if, you kind of know who you are, and I will work on you with how much time, if you need extended time and stuff, we can work on that since it's all online. Okay, here's an example of the calculator I was telling you about, the 4-function calculator that you'll be used. There's all different looking ones, but they're basically calculators that don't have the trig functions on it, like sine or cosine or tangent, but just basic 4-function. That's what you'll have when you're taking your test. Cheating, of course, I, shouldn't even have to take the time to say this, but don't cheat, right? That's probably one of the reasons we did the online hybrid and started testing in person. Too many people were trying to cheat online, and it just was really hard, hard for me. So please know that if you get caught cheating, you will be turned into the academic dishonesty committee at Ole Miss and definitely a recommendation for an automatic 0 in the course. And just please know it's a 0 that's unforgivable. So you can't use freshman forgiveness if you get a 0 for cheating. It stays on your on your transcript. So please, please, please don't cheat in any way. Okay. That's it's a long syllabus, but that's it. A syllabus in a nutshell. Okay. So let me show you real quick. Back to Blackboard. I want to show you this because this is kind of the important part. If you look in the tab bar to the left, you get down to, I guess like, of course I have some things on there that you want, but the lessons and the weekly assignments, this is where you'll go to get all of notes and videos and things like that. Okay, so if I click on it, notice I've got it set up into the different weeks. So this is the first week. Of course, our dates, what's covered. But if you click on that, I just want you to see what they have. I've posted class notes. Now, these are notes of the things for the sections that I'm working in person. I have 4 sections actually in person here at Ole Miss. This is what I'm teaching in class, and these are notes with problems worked out. That's just, I posted them there because in the past, my online students have really liked to be able to look at the notes and problems worked out. But I also divided up for section R5. I've posted small videos. I try to make the videos short so you can watch just nice little short clips. A lot of these are someone else working the videos out and not me. If I found someone that did it the same way I do and already have the video, I posted that. Later on as the semester goes, I've done a lot of some of the videos too. But this is strictly just to help you see someone work it out if you're needing help. And this is all for R5. See, R6 is all about factoring polynomials. So it looks like a lot, but just keep in mind, this is just posted. I posted different examples of different things strictly to help you work through problems. Factor by grouping. Here, there's a little short video of how to do factor by grouping and things like that. Okay, and I have it for R7. So everything's in this folder for week 1. All right, let's see. And so if you go back, I have it set to where you don't see week 2 until the end of this week. So right now you only see week 1, but week 2 is for next week. It's very similar. Okay, so this is where lessons and weekly assignments, very important. Right below, it has recorded Zoom sessions. So for this, back during COVID, one semester, the spring of 21, the university put us all to where we had to teach on Zoom. So I recorded, when I did that, I recorded all of my Zoom lessons. I didn't do it thinking that I would use it semesters to come, but it turned out to be kind of valuable that I had lessons where I was working the problems out. Now it's from my dining room table, but it's the same problems. It's the same things I would do if you were taking my class in person. A lot of people like that. So these are the Zoom recordings. Just keep in mind, if you want to watch those, I was teaching this class in the spring semester of 2021. And when I'm working and I'm talking to them as my class from 2021. You just have to keep that in mind, right? But the material's all the same. So it kind of helps to see that. All right. I have this set up. You can access this from the tab bar, and I have it for test 1, test 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that's all just another method to help you. I mean, everybody's different. A lot of people just want to look, just show me your notes worked out. Great, I've got those posted. or I really like to watch your Zoom classes, great, I've got these posted. It's just different that you don't have to do all of it, but as far as just giving you information to help you work through your problems. Okay, so that's on the left side of your page, that's lessons and recorded Zoom sessions. The next thing is about the testing, okay? Now testing is coming up in about, 3 weeks? This is all of the testing information, okay? Once again, that's another thing I have on my list to do. I'm going to try to start that tonight also. I've got to register and sign up with them. I was supposed to do it a week ago, so they might not be happy with me. But once I get it set up, you'll be able to actually go on there and sign up for a test time. So definitely next week, I'll give you more information about all of that. But all of the information of what to do is here on Blackboard, just in this tab, okay? And it explains about signing up. And the next thing tells you how, they call it Register Blast. It's just the method they use for making an appointment. And it tells you the directions, okay? Tells you a little bit about the directions. Yeah, the scratch paper information. I'll give you more information about the scratch paper at test week. Okay, that way, I know this is the beginning of the semester, as far as uploading your scratch paper and how you can do it. Okay, so this is all on Blackboard for you to know, and I'll highlight that more in an email to you closer to test time. All right. So that's that. And then the only thing left on here is my contact hours, the tutoring link, and my syllabus and course calendar. Okay, so that's Blackboard. I know I'm talking a lot, but Blackboard is very, very helpful as far as where you go to work on your, you don't want to just open Pearson and say, just do the homework. Blackboard is where you go to look at notes and videos that might help you. It's all found on Blackboard. Okay. All right. So the next thing and last thing is about Pearson. Let's see. So I'm going back to Blackboard on the main page. If you scroll down, it's a little part that says setting up my math lab, how to sign up for Pearson. It's very simple. You can go down here. There's a link right here. If you click on that link, it will take you straight to Pearson to sign up for my class. Okay, and they'll give you an option where you can purchase a temporary code. It's actually free for 14 days. So you can try it out. If you're not sure you're going to stay in the class, you've got 14 days to work on things. At the end of 14 days, they will ask for the money and all your work will be saved. Or you can go ahead and just purchase straight from Pearson. You can pay with credit card or PayPal. And I will say, it's cheaper going this way through Pearson than it is going to the bookstore at Ole Miss. They have it marked up, like $30 more. So this is the cheapest way. And once again, you just click the link and sign up for it. Okay? So once you do that, with Pearson, I will say you might have to set up an account if you don't have one. It needs to be with your Ole Miss email. So if you have an account with Pearson from high school, you want to set up a new account. But if you already have an account with the university, like for a biology course, you can use the same account and just sign up, for your class on that. But let me show you real quick. Once you've signed up for Pearson, okay, of course, I have a lot of classes. I have a lot of sections, but we are down here, online hybrid. So if you click on that, it's a little slow. It looks a little different just because I'm the instructor, but you can go to, let's see, assignments right here. All right. And right now I have it set where you only see the homework for the first test. Even though, we're only covering the first 3 this week, I guess you can work ahead if you want to. This is everything for test 1. And the homework is very simple. You click on the homework. Like the first has 10 questions. For each question you click on, you have 3 attempts to get the question correct. Once you have answered it incorrectly, so it's incorrect, try again, check it. Still incorrect, try again for a third time. Once you miss it the final check, it'll give you the correct answer and ask if you want to go to the next question or a similar question. So if you miss it 3 times, you can just hit similar question. They'll give you a new one. You've got 3 new attempts. So there's no reason that you should ever not have 100 on your homework. You never run out of attempts to be able to get a problem correct. Okay. So if I do the next question, notice that question 1 has a red X by it because I haven't gotten that one correct. If you get it correct, it'll be a green check. You can skip around all you want to. So if you're having trouble with one particular problem, you can skip over it and do all the rest of it. In Pearson, you get credit for every question that you do. It's not like with Hawks. A lot of people use Hawks also. In Hawks, you have to get all of them correct to get any kind of credit for your homework. That is not the way this works. You get credit for each one that you do. Okay. Now keep in mind, like I said before, if you don't get your homework all done by the due date, you can work it after the due date for half credit. Okay. Just don't rework any ones that you already have correct after the due date because it'll give you half credit, right? So, but that's how homework works. Okay. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any problems, please email me. If you're on campus, please come see me, right? I would love to meet you. And if you have any problems, we can sit down and go through problems, to work through problems together. Okay. All right. I think that's it in a nutshell. I probably have missed something major, but hopefully this helps. Once again, I'm sorry I'm a few days into this. Your homework for this week is not due until next Monday night, so you're good. You got the whole week and weekend to do it, but for the first 3 sections, right? R5, R6, R7. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing. Look, I hope it's going to be a great semester. I really want to be there for you. I know I have lots of sections and stuff, so I really don't want you to feel that I have kind of overlooked y'all. Sometimes it's hard when it's an online course. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me or come see me. And also, if you email me, it would help if you remember, if you email me, if you could just say, hey, I'm in your online course. If you can remember to do that, that would be so helpful for me because I'm teaching 6 different sections and most people don't think to tell me what class they're in. It's hard for me because I have to go and look you up and it just takes a while. So I would appreciate that. And if you email me and I don't respond pretty quickly, you don't hear from me, please know that that's a mistake. I don't mean to. Sometimes I get so many emails, I miss it. I skip over it. I just miss it. So if you don't hear from me, if you've emailed me, please email me back because I don't ever want to ignore any of your emails. It's just with the raise of the amount of freshmen coming into school this year, we have extra classes and just a lot of students, which means a lot of emails. So I do try to get them done, okay, as quickly as I can. All right, so I hope you'll have a great semester, and I hope I haven't missed anything majorly. Okay, good luck. Bye-bye.